Hey guys, welcome to another deep dive into some recent Amazon news. My name is Jessica Wright. I am on the services team here at Seller Labs, and today I wanted to bring you a deep dive into Amazon's announcement from yesterday about the 2023 fee increases that are going to start January 17th. If you have watched my videos before, or if you've watched some of the Seller Labs Data Dudes videos, you definitely have seen how we talked about in 2022. There were a ton of fee increases from Amazon, I think 5 at a minimum for the year of 2022. Well, Amazon's news announcement from yesterday actually lists about 10 fee changes for the month of January 2023. So we're starting off with a bang for next year. There's a lot of changes here. I definitely wanted to dig in deep and let you know the good and the bad, because thankfully it's not all bad. They're not all increases this time around. So I'm going to jump right in, but first I want to make sure that I let you know, if you're not familiar, Seller Labs does have a fee calculator. We have this option that is available on the web, or if you're a Seller Labs Pro user, the fee calculator is also available within Pro, and you can use that to see how these fees will impact you moving forward. So you'll be able to see what the fees are today, and then what those fees will change to be with each of these subsequent updates as we move throughout the holiday season and into January. So definitely something that you can check out. Will be very helpful when managing those fees. I'm going to start with the good. So let's just dive right in. Referral fees will not be changing for 2023, at least for the month of January. So the beginning of the year, those referral fees, which are the commissions that you give Amazon from every single sale, those will stay the same, which is on average about 15%. But that does vary slightly from category to category, product type to product type. So you'll want to make sure that you are checking out the full list that Amazon has to offer, or again, utilizing our fee calculator, which will tell you specifically to your ASIN what those fees are. Another positive for the fee changes will be Small and Light. The Small and Light program is actually increasing the products that will be included. So up until this point, Small and Light included items that were up to 3 pounds and up to $9.99 or $10 in total retail cost. Starting in January, Amazon is going to expand the program so that it will include products up to $12 retail cost to kind of offset some of the inflation and the fact that sellers have had to increase prices. So that's really good news. If you were previously enrolled in Small and Light, but you had to increase your prices for all of the inflation in 2022, you will now be able to re-enroll your items. And then plenty of items that have never been in Small and Light before are now eligible. So really great news, something you should definitely check out to see if your items are eligible, and something to consider even if you currently sell for slightly more than $12. In some cases, if you take a look at the fee structure, it could be beneficial to lower your prices slightly to meet that $12 threshold, to be able to take advantage of decreased fees that actually will net you a better margin in the end. So I would definitely suggest anybody who's got products that are small and light and near that price point to check it out. Another positive of these changes, the FBA new selection is going to, they're saying lower fees, but what that means is increase the rebate for the beginning of 2023. FBA new selection guidelines change regularly, so you'll definitely want to keep an eye on this one. But for those of you who aren't familiar, FBA New Selection is a program that allows you to take advantage of a number of rebates, fee savings, savings on storage, savings on advertising costs. All kinds of different benefits are available rotating throughout the year. Amazon changes them up for any products that are new to FBA. So it can be something you've been selling even for years within the FBM program, but as soon as you make it available for FBA the first time, it now becomes eligible for the FBA New Selection program. And in January, Amazon's going to increase the rebate on selling fees from 5% average to 10% average for this program. Everyone who is a brand registered seller can take advantage of this. If you just opt into the program now, you'll be set. Anything you introduce to the FBA moving forward will automatically be enrolled, which is great news, something else to take advantage of that Amazon's giving you a little bit extra to offset some of these other costs. Another thing that is positive in this situation, it's a small positive, but it's a positive, reducing return processing fees. Amazon is announcing that they will reduce return processing fees specifically for the apparel and the shoe category by about 20 cents per item. That's kind of a big deal post-holiday. It's a great thing to introduce in January, because that is something that's returned a lot after holiday sales. And so that'll just kind of help offset some of those returns or lost sales by getting a little bit less of a cost to process those things. So I think I've hit on everything that's a positive here. Now I'm going to jump into those things that are changing that might not make you as happy. So Amazon has stated that a lot of sellers are taking up a lot more space than they really anticipated, and things are not moving as quickly through the warehouses as they would like. So they're going to really be looking at FBA fees in a more granular way. That includes fulfillment fees and storage fees, and they're going to be adjusting some things to account for that. First and foremost, the fuel and inflation surcharge that was introduced last year is here to stay. I know we all hoped that would go away when gas prices dropped and some things were changing with the economy. That is not the case. At least heading into the beginning of 2023, Amazon is stating that that fee is going to be here for the duration. There's no plan to remove that fee. So that's sticking around. It's not an increase, but we were hoping it would go away, and it's not going to go away. Talking more about fulfillment and storage fees, FBA fulfillment fees, this talking point here, Amazon says we will increase FBA outbound fees. That's your fulfillment fees, average of 22 cents per item. And that is specifically for everything other than apparel. Apparel does have a different costing structure. So that will go into effect starting on January 17th, that increase. Again, on average, 22 cents per item. There is a full list of 2023 fulfillment fee changes available on Amazon. But again, you can also use our fee calculator to check out your specific items and how those will be impacted. As I mentioned, apparel will have a separate fee structure. So that will be in place, the normal fee structure starting in January, but then in February, that's when new fees will kick in for apparel. February 16th, apparel will change how it is evaluated for fee structure, and Amazon's going to start using the greater of either the unit weight or the dimensional weight of the unit to calculate fees beginning in February. Storage fees are also going to change, and there's quite a few changes to storage fees. So Amazon is increasing both the off-peak and the peak storage fees. So the initial storage fee changes will kick in January. That will be an average of 4-cent increase per cubic foot, and then 3-cent, that will be an average of 4-cent increase per cubic foot for standard size product, and then 3-cent increase per cubic foot for oversized product. And then for peak season, it's actually going to be a 20-cent increase for non-sortable, and then no increase for the sortable product. But that's not until October. A lot could change between now and then. I would just pay attention to those changes that are coming in January. And again, that's something you will be able to evaluate using the Seller Labs fee calculator if you want to take a look at your catalog that way. There's also a new surcharge coming for storage, a storage utilization surcharge, and that's going to be for sellers who have high cube of inventory in the fulfillment center relative to the cube of their recent week sales. So if that's not a confusing calculation, I don't know what is. Amazon's estimating that this is going to impact about 7.5% of sellers who are using the highest storage volume. And this effect is not going to go in place until April. So that's a little bit nice, or at least giving you some time to sell down. If you stocked up heavy for the holidays and didn't move everything, you've got time at the beginning of the year to clear things out before they introduce that surcharge. Amazon is also increasing existing surcharges. So the aged inventory surcharge that applies to items that have been at Amazon for 271 to 365 days, That's going to increase. And then also the aged inventory surcharge that applies to items 180 days to 270 days in the fulfillment centers. There are a few categories: apparel, shoes, bags, jewelry, and watches that are excluded, but increases to those surcharges are coming April 15th. They have not released yet what those particular increases are, so we'll obviously update you as we get closer to that. But coming in April, those will increase. So again, anything you might be overstocked on from the holidays that didn't move, you'll have between January and the end of March to manage those. And then that's when those new fees are going to kick in. And then lastly, removal fees. Amazon is going to increase removal and disposal fees because of the increased cost of shipping, labor, that sort of thing. So liquidation fees are going to stay the same. If you just want them to throw away your unsellable product, you can do that, no increase. But there will be some increases coming. They don't say the increase, the exact increase, and they don't say the date that it's going to go into effect, but those things are coming. Stay tuned. We will obviously bring you that information as it is available. So that is it. That's the full breakdown of what will be changing. If you have questions, please reach out. We would love to talk you through these more. We do, as I mentioned, have that fee calculator available on the web and then within our Seller Labs Pro tool. So you can check out a lot of these changes using those tools within the fee calculator. But a lot of these things, like the returns fees and things like that, aren't necessarily part of the standard fee structure. They're more on a case by case. And if you need more information about those, we would love to help you understand. So please do reach out. We'd love to talk to you, and we'll bring you more information as it is available. Thanks.